back to our channel.
Welcome back to our channel.
Hope you guys had a wonderful week. Today is Sunday.
Yeah, today's Sunday.
Just came back from church like a few hours ago.
Yeah, and it was really good today.
Yeah. And today we have interesting news. So, we've been planning now for a couple of weeks, a couple of months, a couple of months to go to Nigeria.
Woohoo! Nigeria trip. La 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 la. I'm
So,
super happy.
Yesterday we got my wife's passport back because she applied for the Nigerian visa and she got it. It's weird for me because I never ever had to. I never saw how a Nigerian visa looks like, but.
Sorry.
But
It's
she-
just a little dancing.
She got a visa mostly for European citizens. They don't need visas to a lot of countries, but Nigeria apparently is not one of those countries.
Yep,
So because we need visas to come here, they also need visas to go there. So
exactly.
where's your passport?
My passport is somewhere in my bag.
We wanted to show you guys the visa, but okay, the passport is not here. But
It's just like a piece of paper just saying basically some stuff. They didn't even took my passport picture on it or anything. It doesn't actually look quite similar to American. It's totally different. It's just basically a piece of paper.
completely different with no picture in it, and it looks like they wrote on it with like
Pen.
with like a pen or
Yeah.
something.
So the whole process was quite funny that we had to go through to get this visa actually. It started with actually my name change because we're traveling now in September and because we married in the States, we didn't have a name change.
So her last name wasn't changed. She was still bearing
My birth name.
her last name up till this year, and we got married in 2016.
Yeah, so like this year I said we need to change my name because it is easier and it's like it makes more sense if you cross the borders and you in Nigeria, they will understand that this is my husband. If we have the same
Have the same last name.
exactly. So like that's why we decided to change my name. So that process was like already funny in
It was
itself.
crazy.
We
Mhm.
thought it would be easy, but guys, nothing is easy in Germany. Nothing.
Nothing has been easy for us.
Nope. So it's been a process there as well. A little fight with the authorities as well, because they didn't accept some of the things. They're trying to send us back and forth to some embassies, and in the end it was so unnecessary.
Yeah, sometimes
It's just ridiculous.
sometimes the German system or the German government make things very complicated. Things that could be a bit easier.
Yeah.
And when we were trying to change her last name, that was also made complicated. But eventually, at the end of the day, we discovered that it wasn't supposed to be as complicated as they made it. But thank God, she got her name changed. And then we had to apply for a visa for her, which took also another crazy process.
Yeah.
You know.
Because we had to go through not just the embassy, we actually had to go through an agency as well. So we first applied to the embassy in Frankfurt, because that one was closer, thank God. Because if you guys don't know, there's a Nigerian embassy in Frankfurt. For a lot of people that are living more south or middle of Germany, it makes probably more sense for you to go to Frankfurt when you're closer to Frankfurt than Berlin. So we actually went to Frankfurt, but not to the embassy. We went to the
Agency.
So we had to apply at the embassy.
Apply through an agency. Most of you probably have heard about the agency VFS Global, and they have a branch in Frankfurt. So we had to first of all apply online for the visa, paid the fees, blah blah blah, which we did through another agent, Innovate One Services, which that's the name of the agent. So we paid everything online, and then we also had to go through an agent to submit the application, which is VFS Global in Frankfurt, and they also had their own charges. So it wasn't very cheap. I couldn't understand why Nigeria was just giving all the work to like different agencies and why we couldn't handle it ourselves. But that's the process that we had to go through. So if you live around Frankfurt, like my wife said, or around the south of Germany, it's probably better to go to Frankfurt to apply for your visas. As for passports,
That's another level.
I'm not very sure. Like for Nigerians, you probably want to go straight to Berlin because the embassy in Frankfurt, it's quite tricky. Like I applied for my passport now, like to renew my passport now for over 8 or 9 weeks, and I still haven't gotten it. And the excuse is that they run out of 32 pages passports. They only have 64 pages passports and no 32 pages passports. So quite a ridiculous excuse or an answer. So if you want your passport faster,
Yeah.
you might have to drive to or fly to Berlin and do it there.
Or when you're already in Nigeria.
Best option, yes. When you're in Nigeria, please, once you go to Nigeria, even if your passport is not expired yet, just try and get a 10 years passport.
And make sure it's like a.
It's like
It's a good
a
one.
valid passport, like a like a genuine passport, not a fake one, huh? But yeah, get it done in Nigeria because it will save you more trouble. Because now I thought that when you come or when you travel abroad, the embassies will be a bit more professional because they are abroad, but that's not the case.
Yeah.
It's probably way better, and it's probably way better and easier to get your passport done
Yeah.
in Nigeria if you can. But this trip will be the first time my wife is going to Nigeria or even traveling to Africa at all. So I'm going to ask her a few questions to find out what she's thinking and how excited she is or whatever. If she's not excited, we'll find out together.
Guys,
So-
you can already see I'm excited. Like, I'm freaking out. We've been planning this trip for like half a year longer actually. And I've been waiting for it for over 2 years. Like, I've been waiting and longing for going to Nigeria for a really long time. So I'm like super, super, super excited. If you guys can see it, I'm really excited. I'm exploding. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna be. Like, typical German probably. Gonna cry, be fully emotional, and then, no, I'm just kidding.
So yeah, like a lot of you guys already know, those of you that are Nigerians, it's not very cheap to travel to Nigeria, especially when you're traveling from Germany or any other Western country, where they think somehow you're a millionaire or a billionaire just for living there. They think somehow you have too much money. So to go to Nigeria, you have to make sure that your pockets
I'm full.
are loaded. Because you don't go there empty-handed. Huh? Who sent you? If you don't have the money, just stay wherever you are. Don't travel. Because once you plan to go to Nigeria, man, you're gonna spend. So, so we had to also make some preparations because we know that it's not very cheap.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna go to the questions that I have for you,
All right.
and you're gonna answer me and tell me what you think. Oh, yeah, we'll see how it goes. So, first question. I think we already know the answer to this question, but how do you feel now that you have your visa?
I'm excited. I'm gonna dance and sing and shout. I'm gonna sing, my God is good, oh.
So what's the first food you would like to eat once you get to Nigeria? The first thing you want to eat?
Kilishi.
What?
Kilishi.
Kilishi. For those of you that don't know what kilishi is a form of
I love this food. I'm serious, people. It is the best.
it's a form of smoked or roasted
If you know beef jerky,
dry meat
if you know
with a
beef
lot of
jerky,
spices.
it's similar to beef jerky, but it's
without the sugar.
without the sugar, and it's actually burnt. Like, it is dry meat, so you can taste the smoke in it, and it's so good. Man, people, you have no idea. If you haven't tried it yet, I'm sorry for you guys. I'm really sorry. You missed out.
So for kilishi, like for those of you that can't handle spicy food, Kilishi is not for you because kilishi is like bathe
It's hot.
and clothed in chili or pepper or whatever. It's like you can see it all over the meat, and it's quite spicy, so it's not for the faint of heart.
No.
So, next question.
Oh, and plantain. That's something I always eat.
You want to eat plantain?
Oh, I love plantain.
For those of you that don't know what plantain is, you want to explain to them what plantain is?
It's basically a form of a banana, but it's way bigger, and you can fry it, you can cook it, you can boil it, you can do whatever you like to do. You can smash it, whatever. I love it fried. It is the best. You have that quite often in Nigeria and Ghana, but also I know in Cuba, Jamaica, even those countries, they eat a lot of plantain. And even South American countries do eat that as well. It's really good. You can get that here, but it's hard to find some good plantain. It's really hard. It's not that easy, and you pay a lot of money for that. It's crazy. But yeah, I do love it.
Okay. All right, next question. Do you know some pidgin words, pidgin English words?
How far?
How do you say how are you in pidgin English?
How far?
What?
How far?
And if I say how far, how would you respond?
Fine. I'm fine, oh. I'm good, oh. I'm excited, oh.
Just add O to everything and it becomes pidgin English. Normally when someone asks you how far, which means how are you, most people say I dey. Or they say I dey fine.
I dey fine. No,
like,
I not dey fine. I dey excited.
I dey excited. Excited is not pidgin English.
That's not pidgin English, so.
Or you can say everything balm, everything dey okay, everything smooth. You have different responses to the question how far. So in case you find yourself in Nigeria, you want to learn that. It's a form of greeting. You say how far. People say how far now. You say omo adeo.
But that old people.
You see, yeah, you never ask someone older how far. Because how far is, you use that only for the same age group. Or younger. So for older people you go good afternoon or good morning. The older they are, you put sir or ma. Good morning, sir. Good afternoon, ma. Yeah. So the Nigerian culture is a very respectful culture. And you need to be aware of that before you go, especially as a German. Yes.
Because we did not learn that at school.
Because in Germany here, you don't, it's quite different.
You're gonna be in trouble.
What's the name that people use to refer to a white person in Nigeria?
Fufu.
No.
That's what my husband said to me. When we got to know each other, he said, Fufu, that's my Fufu.
Fufu is a name that we made up for her because the other name was too famous, was already well known all around, so we made a new name. And fufu is a kind of food in Nigeria, but it's white in color, and so that's why we call her, because of the color fufu. But there's a famous name that we use.
I think I forgot it.
For white people.
I think.
It's called Oyibo.
Oh yeah, Oyibo.
Oyibo is the pidgin word or the pidgin name for white people. So in case you find yourself in Nigeria and you hear the word Oyibo,
like small kids running.
And you're white, then they're probably talking about you. Because if you look around and there's not a white person there and it's just you, then they're talking about you.
Ah, you the white person.
So the term Oyibo is a name for white people. Yes. And next question.
Right.
What do you expect to see in Nigeria, or what are you most excited about?
I think I'm mostly excited about to meet his older generation, like
my older generation.
like the grandfathers, grandparents in general, grandmas, like in general the family. Like that's the most I'm really excited about, to meet all of them. Of course, I'm excited about the Sunday service and how the church is gonna look like. It's probably gonna be totally different than here.
Probably.
I'm really excited about dancing. I'm really excited about just seeing how different or how similar it will be. Because we're staying in Abuja, and Abuja is a quite big city. It's the capital city of Nigeria. So I think and I believe it's gonna be look quite similar to a big city here in Germany. So I'm not gonna think it's gonna look different a lot, but yeah. But that's basically what I'm most excited. Oh, of course, food, but you guys already know that. I love food, so.
So yeah, my family, my parents are very excited. When I told my mom that she got the visa, my mom was like screaming in the phone, like she was quite excited to hear that.
Yes.
So yeah, they're excited to welcome her in Nigeria. I think that when we get there, they're probably gonna forget that I exist and just focus on her. And yeah, that's.
Just
So
kidding.
she's gonna be the princess. She's gonna be the queen of the princess of the house. Because normally, when you bring your wife to visit your family as the man, mostly the attention goes towards your wife as the princess or as the queen of the house. So, yeah, I think it's gonna be exciting for her more than for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's every single time. I think if you go to a place and it's your first time, it's always going to be a little bit more exciting. Sorry guys, I can't talk. Exciting. So yeah, I'm just happy to be there. Like that's just like what I'm longing for. I'm just happy to be surrounded by people. You know, being in a house full of people. I know how it is. I mean, we lived in a Nigerian family in the States, and the door was never unlocked. It was always open. People will come and enter.
The door was never unlocked.
Was never locked. That's what I meant. The door was always unlocked. So the door was always open, and people would come in, especially on Sundays, come and eat, stay, and then.
So by saying that the door was never unlocked, it meant that they had an open house for people to come in. Of course, they did lock their doors, but metaphor as an open house and a welcoming house.
So that's what I'm most excited about because they have a big family. You have a lot of friends that we're gonna visit, and they're gonna come and see us as well, and it's gonna be probably a little much, but I'm excited for that as well. That is a part of it. So sometimes.
So yeah, people have a lot of presumptions when it comes to Nigeria. Of course, there are some truth in it, but they over exaggerate or they exaggerate it.
Because all you hear in
and
the
they make
news.
it bigger. So all you hear in the news is about terrorism and poverty and sickness when it comes to African countries or whatever. So, but yeah, I'm not gonna say anything about what we're gonna experience or what I think or how I think the trip is gonna be like. We're gonna make another video, or we're gonna blog the whole trip.
Actually, a couple videos.
And we're gonna make other videos about being in Nigeria and the experience there, so you can tell for yourself what you think. If you think that it's a safe place to go to, or if you think everything that you hear in the media is true, or whatever.
Yeah.
If you're scared about Nigeria, you don't want to go to Nigeria, no problem. Just stay wherever you are. I don't think there's anybody. I don't think there's anybody that's forcing you to come. I don't think Nigerians are like, oh, you have to come here. No. They don't really care. So, but for those of you who feel bold enough to travel and experience the adventure, I think you will enjoy visiting Nigeria, especially cities like Abuja or Lagos. They're quite busy and lively and city-like, but also you get to experience other parts of Africa, and the people are quite friendly, and they just take you along and help you enjoy your time there. So if you're planning to visit at some point in time, I think you should. But like I said, if you would like to, I would encourage you to, and if you feel like you wouldn't want to and you're afraid to not, that's no problem.
Just watch our videos.
Just watch
our vlogs that we're gonna have and put out when we go to Nigeria. We're gonna just vlog everything that we can. Maybe we're gonna have some sit down and talks with my parents-in-law. So we'll see what we can do. And yeah, I think we're gonna, the video's gonna talk for itself. That's just it. That's basically what I have to say. So please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel. Really important to be really thankful for those who subscribed already to our channel. For those who want to know more about us, please leave a comment down below.
Yep.
And ask us questions. We're always open to answer some things, and yeah, we love to get messages from you guys. So just stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Now that was the video for today. We wish you guys a wonderful week.
Yeah, be blessed oh. Be blessed oh.
And we hope to see you guys next time.
See you guys soon.
Bye.
Bye.